Di nuovo Piccole Magazine oggi in una nuova intervista, sempre interessante perché vogliamo arrivare ovunque. In questo giorno avremo un'intervista con Shruta Rawat, che fa parte dell'associazione Unsafar a Mumbai. Quindi con lei parleremo in inglese e vi forniremo la rispettiva traduzione per conoscere tutte le attività che fa questa organizzazione interessante a Mumbai, India. So we we thank you, Shruta. Welcome to Piccole Magazine Italy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. I'm waiting for my colleague Raj to join us, and he might just be waiting in the room. So Raj speaks Hindi as well as English, but I might have to translate a little for him. But if not, I'm here, and between Italian Hindi, and English, I think we should be able to manage this and pull this off together.
Okay, okay.
Thanks for
So
having us.
yes. So, Shruta, we want to know first, at the first step in this interview, to know about the Unsafar organization. What do you do there in Mumbai, in your country, in your city for LGBT people?
Thanks for that. So, the Hamsafar Trust is one of India's oldest LGBTQ organizations. We've been around for 26 years and we are based in Mumbai. We have an office in Delhi and we have four departments that we work in. We work in the field of health. For LGBTQ communities, we work in the field of advocacy and human rights, which involves us, taking legal matters on, fighting for our rights within the mainstream communities, corporate inclusion, sensitizing educational institutes. So that's one department. Then there is health. I did speak about health. We have capacity building. Capacity building is one of Humsafar's largest units. And what happens in India is that Mumbai is very urban. It's big. It's crowded. And individuals are, I would say, a little more aware about LGBTQ rights, but other parts of India may not be the same. So it's important to, ensure that the movement is equal everywhere, that our LGBTQ brethren in other parts of the country also are accepted. So capacity building takes care of that. We strengthen organizations, independent collectives, and community individuals in other parts of the country. And then the last department is research that I'm a part of. I manage the research unit. And research basically plugs in the gap between all of these departments as well as an evidence. Because every time you want to bring in a policy level change or every time you want to advocate for rights, the first question you get asked is, where is the evidence? And that's where my department comes in. So we focus on health and advocacy based research for LGBTQ communities. Humsafar provides services to over 7,000 gay men and transgender women in Mumbai alone, and this is HIV related services. So it's testing, it's linkage to care, it's basically looking at mental health, nutrition, etc. And we also have two initiatives named Umang, which is Joy, and that's the LBT initiative that I'm a part of, and Yaria, which is Humsafar's LGBTQ youth initiative. So the colleague who I'm hoping to join us is one of the other co-founders of Umang, and we both take care of the LBT aspect of things.
Wow, so complete, really. Congratulations, a very big and beautiful job. So, talking about the human rights that you fight for, in which sense did you do this titanical job?
So by us, or would you mean by Humsafar?
Yeah.
In
Yes.
what sense? Look, Humsafar is one of those organizations that kind of is on ground, and it's also connected to different stakeholders across India. We believe that it is important to converse and not to confront. So though we are a part of pride marches, and though we hold up placards, and though we talk against things that go against our communities and rights in general, we also believe that it's important to initiate a dialogue with government agencies, to talk to agencies that are responsible for our rights, building networks. So it is in this way that we liaise with other agencies and we bring them on. We have Raj here. Raj is a
Welcome,
co-founder
Raj.
of Monk. Raj, this
Hello,
is
thank you
Daniel.
so much.
How
Hi.
are you?
I'm so
Welcome to
glad you
People
could make it.
Magazine. We're talking about the organization. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, so good.
Yeah, nice to see you here.
Yeah, glad to see you.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, this is a very important aspect that we were talking about, Raj, about the human rights and all the activities, all this job that you do for LGBT people. But there is an important topic that we want to talk about: the transgender women there in India. How is the life for every one of them? Is with UNSAFAR organization? Is there any public policy that help you to go on in the harmonization treatment?
All right. Raj, do you want me to answer first? I'm going to quickly take a brief, translate this for Raj in Hindi. So Raj, अगर आपको translation की जरूरत है तो मैं translate कर दूंगी. I have a feeling that he's stuck, so I'm going to let him come back. Raj actually identifies as a trans person, so he is a trans man, and I believe that he would be able to offer the trans man perspective. Within Humsafar, we have transgender staff that's on board, and they have, in fact, not just on board. They are on. They have been a part of the organization since the beginning. In India, it's very very challenging for transgender communities. That is because the law is still not, like, though there is acceptance for transgender communities in many ways, the process to basically undergo gender reaffirmation processes or to get the legal documents changed is not uniform. There are a lot of challenges in getting that done. And even when it comes to situations like COVID, okay, a lot of transgender women in particular who are in sex work are very badly impacted, and there isn't any way to reach out to them, though the government has made efforts. There are a lot of requirements that your ID card has to be in your chosen name and all of that, which a lot of transgender women do not have. They do not have access to bank accounts. They do not have access to ID proofs that are in their name of choice. So that's one challenge that they face. A lot of them do not, they do not complete their education due to bullying, due to systemic barriers when they are younger. So it's difficult for them to get a job when they are older. So how do we make a difference at Humsafar is one. Humsafar is a place for equal employment, right? As long as you have skills, you can be a part of Humsafar, and that's how we recognize, talent that comes in. Over 90% of our staff are LGBTQ communities and people living with HIV. If when we want the environment around the world to be accepting of LGBTQ rights, we liaise with government agencies, we have meetings with them. Like Raj, for example, is a part of a political party that was recently, established for LGBTQ inclusion in corporates. So Raj is a part of a political party, and he talks to ministers, he talks to different politicians to, further the inclusion of LGBTQ. And along with that, we conduct sensitization sessions with healthcare providers. We speak to educational institutes from time to time. We talk to corporates, whoever's willing to listen, to ensure that our communities are not discriminated against in workspace and education. So that is from me. Raj, is there anything that you would like to add? आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे?
You covered most of points, Shraddha. And yes, yeah, in the India we don't have the proper law for the LGBT community, and the trans men people, most of people not have the clear for the trans men, because people know the L, G, and B, but when we're talking about the trans men or trans women, so people are a little get confused. So they are not clear about the trans person concepts. So we also facing that much problem over here. And
Right.
we supposing, yeah, yeah, Shruta.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
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 So
So,
as Shruta said, I was working with the political party. So it's they're making the LGBT cells. So they are very much supportive. The politicians are there. So they're making the cell, they're making the group, and they giving the chance to us to work for the rural and urban area for the LGBT people also. And they also trying to support us to sensitization to all over in Maharashtra. So now we're trying in the Maharashtra, but we hopefully in future all over in India too.
Yeah, Maharashtra is a state within India, so India has a lot of states. Mumbai is the capital of Maharashtra.
okay.
Yes.
So very interesting. Another topic, the health program that you have in the organization. How do you system all this program with all LGBT people, talking about HIV treatment, talking about another disease, therapy? How do you do this program?
Okay. So, Humsafar implements outreach interventions by National AIDS Control Organization. So these are funded by the Health Ministry, and they have outreach, strategies that are that are like for gay, bisexual men and transgender women. So Humsafar has a clinic on site where people can come in and get a free HIV test. They can come in and get a free test for syphilis. They can see a doctor. They can see a nutritionist. They can also see a psychologist if they want to. Right. So a good part of this is supported by the government itself, who provides who under the national HIV programs. But then there are some allied health services like mental health, like legal support, like even a doctor, which is funded by other agencies like MAC AIDS Fund. So we have collaborations with different funding agencies that pitch in, and that is how we have a program. Then we have outreach workers who are on physical cruising sites, like in Mumbai. You can sometimes find gay men at different bus stops, or at different railway stations. So cruising sites are very popular, in of course every country that I know has its own version of cruising sites. We unfortunately don't have bars in Mumbai, gay bars in Mumbai, or lesbian bars for that matter of fact. So but we have other places where we meet and connect. So we have outreach workers on those platforms, right? And we also conduct outreach on internet, on gay dating websites, or gay dating apps, and on Facebook, on Instagram. So we've got an internet outreach worker who'll keep posting messages. Like if you check out Humsafar's handle right now, we've got a lot of COVID related outreach that's happening, because we've noticed that our communities are we need to protect ourselves from HIV as well as COVID. So when we are going out on dates and hooking up, we need to be safe.
Okay, what do you consider that would be the most important aspect to following giving the help to LGBT people in India?
Most important aspect. Now you're asking me to make a very difficult choice here, because we don't have a lot, like we've just gotten decriminalized like 2 years ago, and
Wow.
despite, yeah, we got decriminalized in 2018, and we were really scared that that's not going to happen either. So I would encourage, rather I would request Raj to speak from the transgender perspective, but from other communities, or an overall perspective that I would like to give is, we want to be recognized as equal citizens in every way, right? I mean, as LGBTQ, I feel it's important to be protected against discrimination, against stigma in different corporate spaces and educational institutions. So for me, I would want that the most of all.
Wow.
Raj, what about you? What is your one thing that you want for transgender communities?
Yes,
Maybe.
Raj, please.
Actually, for the transgender people, there is a surgery are the more difficult and more costly in here, and there's a not proper surgery medical guideline over in India. So when the people going for the sex reassignment surgery, so they need lot of money, and after the surgery they require the job also. So we need the job educations, proper education, because there's a lot of capable people who can do a lot of things over there. And we need the main medical guideline for the trans men people, the trans women people. So it's a in now current situation, it's a very, very important for us.
Right. So
Yeah.
Raj wants the communities to focus on transition because India does not have uniform gender transition guidelines, and
Yeah.
of course aid for transgender communities, because a lot of them cannot afford the processes, that the money isn't just there. So yeah, we basically want the world, Daniel.
Do you want to make an invitation to everyone abroad to collaborate with OnSafar organization?
Bring it on.
How could we
Yes.
do that? How could everyone can do that?
So, there are different ways to collaborate. So we would be happy if individuals want to come and volunteer with us. So we have volunteering programs. Of course, right now because of COVID, people are volunteering remotely. So that is one way that people could do that. Otherwise, people could, if they have any support that they would love to give, our website lists, the donations that can come in. But apart from that, if people want to collaborate and train communities on, say, coding, that's just an example. No. Otherwise we'll get requests from all coders of the world that let's teach you coding, but no. So yeah, but if there are any skills that can be imparted, or if you feel that, you would want to conduct trainings with the group, or any cross-learning programs, or any projects that you would want to implement, research studies, so you could hit us up. Our website has our contact information. It's www.humsafar.org, and you can reach us on our email, or you can hit us up on LinkedIn or other social media platforms.
So thank you very much for this time that you gave us in this interview. We hope to see you again in another next interview to talk few deeper in some aspects that are so interesting to talk about it. So really, Shruta, really
Raj, he's not put his name now.
Right. Okay. So really, thank you very much from us, Piccole Magazine here in Italy. So whenever you want to explain, to give some or more visibility to every one of your activities, we are here always open for you.
Thank you. That's really cool. I'll stay in touch and probably send you links to our online events, online only right now, because yep.
Yeah, the world must know this.
Very true. I hope things get better around the world. That's what I hope for now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks. Take care.